So one of the things I thought was very interesting about your story is the first thing you did once you kind of figured out the company is that you raised money from friends and family, right? And you don't come from, it's your first time raising money, it's your first time starting a company. You don't come from a long line of entrepreneurs. My assumption is that you aren't, independently wealthy. How did you convince your friends and family to put in that much money?
So it was really challenging, and I felt I cannot do it. So it's like because of two things. First one is how to build a business plan before raising money. Like you want to raise money, you want to come to people with a business plan, saying, "Hey guys, this is my business plan. This is the company value, and I want to raise money based on this company value." So how to estimate the value of the company? Even this, I don't know how to do it. So it's like the first one that I hired, to the companies was, one of my friends, like worked with me in Google, and he have a lot of background in startups, and he was like, he did a startup before he joined Google. So I said, okay, I need this guy, to help me build the business, and not just to be, because I can bring the tech side, but I don't know how to bring the business side. So I think the key is like with the team. So the first one is bringing this guy, and with his help and my vision, we succeeded to build the business plan and to estimate the value, the valuation of the company. And then once we went to the family and the friends, I would say, is like they felt that we really understand what we are doing, and they trust, they trust us as a tech guys. And they trust us now that we have a very clear business plan and very clear targets. So from that point, it was like much easier to raise the money. A lot of advisors helping you building the first deck that you can show and present to this kind of investors. Because if you don't know the game rules and you don't understand the small nuances, you are lost. And as you said, we are coming from, it's like my first startup. First time I'm building a company, it was very difficult. We work very hard in the nights because in the morning we need to run the business. And in the night, like we preparing documents, making slides, consulting with a lot of people. But by the end of the day, it's like we burn a lot of cards. It's like, I think I talk with more than 100 investors, and each time they're asking me questions, and I don't know what is that. I don't know the terminology. Like they're asking me some, saying, okay, what is your, for example, what is your cohort retention? But I didn't do the calculation. I don't know exactly what do you mean by cohort retention and how do I do that? Okay, the card, I lost this card, but the next time I'm meeting the next, investor, so I went and studying what is cohort retention, how do I do the calculation, and now I'm professional with cohort retention. To the next investor, so he asking about, what is your business plan for the 18 years, and what is your burn rate and revenues and so on. I didn't do the planning that way, so I need to fix it. I burn one more card. And so on. So till one point, I feel like I can answer any question. I understand the terminology. And, with the advisors, consulting, I think we succeeded to show the potential and who we are. Mainly you get no till you get the first yes. It's like the dynamic with investors, at least of my point of view, is once you open a round, is the first one who's saying yes, it's usually difficult. Someone should really believe in you and saying, the first one that take it. But once you have one that said yes, and you going to another investor and saying, hey guys, I secured X amount. Would you like to join the journey? And I have the term sheet and so on. So usually it's much easier. But till the first yes, like it's crazy. It's almost difficult to get the first yes. But once you get it, it's much easier. Most of the time, like it's like the first react, I'm upset, I'm feeling bad. Okay, I'm feeling like the worst CEO in the world. Okay, it's like I cannot do it. It's bigger than me. I cannot. It's a mission that above my ability. But the day after, I'm waking up with a lot of energy and learning what went wrong and how I can improve it, and starting, analyzing what I didn't answer correctly. And usually, I'm not alone in the when I talk with an investor, some of my team will join me. So usually they also have their feedback from outside, so we can understand what is went wrong. And for the next, like I would say, with like 100 of meetings, I never present the same thing. It's like usual, always, even if I add one more slide, one more sentence, fixing things, making things more clear, adding more numbers, showing things in different way. So it's like I have 100 versions.